welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do some flip throughs of 4 brand new coloring books, perfect for autumn, fall, or Halloween. And I'm very excited about a couple of these to check out. I really haven't looked at them yet. I've received them they've come in different packages over the last week, and I've been saving them until I have all 4. So I will show them to you and we'll see what we like and what we don't like. I'm going to start with the Pumpkin Spice Latte coloring book because obviously that might be the most suited to everyone and for fall, by Christina Haberkern. It's a smaller book. I mean, the height is the same as like a square mythographic book. It's just not as wide. So I think this was a really interesting concept. It's going to be a question of the art, how good of a job the artist did. It doesn't really matter how it's made. What matters is if you like the images and think you'll color them. It does appear they're single-sided. They're not perforated. And I have to say, this paper is pretty thick, surprisingly, if you can hear it. It's not like the standard Amazon paper. It's pretty smooth. I don't feel a lot of tooth. A quick glance of this book when it came in the mail. It looks like it's a nice combination of, the words. And everyone knows I complain about it all the time. I'm not a fan of words in coloring books. I think it's just filler material. But it looks like that's only in some of them. This is really great. With all the little pumpkin drinks. And I'm a huge barista. I decided a couple years ago to stop wasting all my money on Starbucks fancy drinks and get my own actual Nespresso machine. And I have like the Pure Made, the natural coffee syrups, and I get different ones for the season. So I just got the hazelnut, the pumpkin spice, I got the peppermint, and I got the salted caramel, and then I also buy, I used to buy Monin, but they actually have an ingredient I discovered that I didn't like, and I don't do the Torani, like white chocolate, and pumpkin spice sauces, because they have corn syrup in, which is terrible for you. But so for a while I was buying Monin, and then they decided to start adding in something unsavory in there. So now I do, is it Hollinger? And they do have them on Amazon. I did extensive research, read hundreds of reviews, and read all the ingredients, and it's just like nothing, no oils, no like corn syrup, nothing like that. But yeah, I got their white chocolate, their pumpkin spice syrup, and their dark chocolate. And their caramel, because I make different drinks for everybody. And I have a Smeg, and a Smeg is basically, it's a milk frother, not like the handheld sort of chintzy one. It's like an appliance. It's kind of small. It's absolutely amazing. I've had it for a couple of years, and it has like, and I use soy milk in mine. You can use regular milk or cream, but it has like the thick foam cream, the half sort of thick one for lattes versus cappuccino. It has the cold foam, has the just warm for hot chocolate. It has just a heat milk in it. It's amazing. And so I make all kinds of fancy coffee drinks. I try not to do it every day. I used to. I'm down to every other day now because, extra calories. But my point is, in the fall, I love to make my autumn coffee drinks. I really like that. That is cute. That's adorable. So we have a lot of cornucopias here, a lot more drink stuff, some patterns, simple pictures, pumpkin spice latte, my favorite. I even for the first time learned to make the copycat Starbucks drink. Is it the pumpkin cream cold brew or something like that? You can buy the Califia Farms blonde cold brew at like Whole Foods or whatever. You put it over ice, and then you use the little use the Smeg and you make pumpkin cream cold foam. You pour in like the top fourth of it with like canned pumpkin and cream or whatever and spices. It's really good. It's so good. I don't know. Something about fall makes you just want to experiment with coffee drinks. Maybe it's just me. And sometimes at Christmas. I don't do it really much in the summer. I drink more black in the summer. I love fall most of all. So we have lots of wreaths. I love how they put the coffee drinks in the wreaths with the pumpkins. Alexa, cancel. Another reminder of something I'm supposed to be doing. I don't like the words. Some are like a pattern repeat. So we have a nice variety in here. I think they did a good job. I would have left the words out personally, but really not many have words, so I guess I'm not overtly disappointed. So I can see a good dozen pictures in here I'd want to color. But yeah, it's brand new. She's an illustrator, a designer. She did the totally 90s coloring book. I don't have that, so I'm gonna have to check that out. I have the 80s one, which is awesome. Yeah, so that's Christina Haverkern's Pumpkin Spice Latte Coloring Book. I'm gonna link everything you see here below. The best price I can find to buy online. Now this is Andy Price's Creepy Krampus coloring book. Theoretically, this is for Christmas season, I guess. You can see the stockings, but it's kind of horror-ish. Now Andy Price did one I reviewed last year that came out around Halloween. It was called the Universal Monsters. He's actually a comic book illustrator. So this is all original hand-drawn art, unique style, and I haven't looked at it because this just came. This is from Simon & Schuster. It's not like a chintzy self-published one or anything. So let's see what he has done here. I'm moving my camera. I don't know why it keeps moving. And his pages are always single-sided, so they do have a good amount of that black because he's doing the illustration style. And Krampus, I don't know, is that some kind of... Oh, Krampus, from Germany, Austria, Slovenia, Hungary, and Czech Republic. Krampus is a terrifying half-man, half-goat figure who enters town and plucks naughty children from their beds. So it's based on like a folk tale. Oh, I love this. Looks like Nancy Drew, kind of vintage style. I like this. And I have colored about 2 or 3 in his Universal and the Monsters one. And they look really good with the black. It really looks good. I use alcohol markers. Cooking with children. How about cooking children? Aggressive on Krampus. It has like a little bit of info about the Celtic mythology or legend and lore behind Krampus. But you see like the little dots or lines. That's kind of like comic book style. I want to say, did he do the Beetlejuice coloring book that came out last year? I'm gonna have to double check. Maybe not. Oh, see, I love this though, and I'm not a huge horror fan. Like I like some Mythagoria, the cleaner like romance, Victorian romance ones. I don't like the night terrors and some of the other ones I've shown here, which is not my preference. But I like pop culture stuff from like movies. Or interesting characters. I like to do things that are different sometimes, so I'm not always coloring the same thing. This is really funny, actually. Here they are breaking in, or breaking out is more like it. Oh, this book actually, I'm liking it more than I expected I would. This is the giant cat. You'll find Gluggagear, a window peeper, a grumpy peeping Tom. That comes out on the night of December 21st. Supposed to be a troll in here somewhere. Don't you? Some of these are I wouldn't do because there's just too many that look the same. That doesn't interest me. Some of them I really like. Like I like that cat one. I like this one. I liked a few of the other ones. La Petite Augerie. That's French, isn't it? Oh, it says Greece though. So these are different kind of monsters that come around the world in legend and lore over Christmas time. Not a creature was stirring. But even though I would do this more around Halloween Kind of like The Nightmare Before Christmas, Tom Skelton. I feel like is more Halloween, even though it says it's a Christmas movie. I like this a lot too. These actually will be pretty fun, I think, to color some of these. Again, I don't like when artists pre-shade the open mouths. They need to stop doing that. Not everybody wants a black mouth. They want to do what looks like inside of a mouth. I hate that. It drives me nuts. The reindeer. Is this perforated? It is not, but they are single-sided, which is good. Not so much into the ghouls. That looks more like the ghost of Christmas Past with the chains from Christmas Carol. Oh, I like this. December 13th, St. Lou Night. I like it because it's really vintage, kind of. Makes me think of like old 40s and 50s books or comic books. Not so much a fan of the ones with the little tongues. I think I'll do maybe one or two of these in the next for Halloween month. Thanks, Nick. Not a fan of giant faces. These look like nightmare elves. So this is from Norway, Sweden, Christmas Eve, the mischievous gnomes. This is Evil Santa, various countries year-round, but especially Christmas Eve, particularly Argentina, Chile, and Bulgaria. Pass. This is the original Jack Frost from Scandinavia, Russia, and Finland. Which is true. He was originally portrayed as a terrifying character. That's interesting. So yeah, I'm like 50-50 on this book. I can see a good 7 or 8 I would like to color. This is interesting. Are those... I just don't like open mouths. Anyway, have yourself a creepy little Christmas. The Yule Lads, Troll Brothers who caused the chaos of the night, Frau Percha, Marilod, an otherworldly Welsh horse skeleton looking for a place to deliver a full and more. And I like how it has little bits of lore and info about each picture. So this is a keeper, I think, for sure. All right, let's look at this. Last year, there was a Christmas coloring book that came out by this artist, and I did a review of it, and I gave one away in a contest too, because I had 2. And I remember saying it looked like a kid's book, but it was for adults, and I liked the style, and this is by that same artist. But what is that book called? Where Spooky Meets Adorably Sweet. I think it was called... it's not going to be in here, is it? You can just tell by looking at the styles. It is really cute. Illustrations by Ela Jarzabek. I guess that's who it was. I don't remember. So, and they are mostly single-sided, but this one has a double-page spread of some of the smaller pictures. But yeah, it's like, this is bigger than those silly, like, Kawaii Jade Summer little square books they've been putting out the last year and a half that nobody likes that much. It's bigger than that, square. The lines are a little chunkier, more detail, not quite as childish. But to me, it's more whimsical, so I really like it. I like that one a lot. A lot of like nature stuff for pencil blending. You can use alcohol markers because you can do double-sided. I'm sorry, you don't have double-sided. You can do paper underneath. That one's cute. I really like that one. I don't like spiders, but I like that picture. This one's cute. Oh, what a surprise. Black mouth and nose. All black eyes. I go over them with black alcohol marker or even navy blue so they pop out more. Yeah, just like no artists know how to do their own eyes anymore. Do they just have to default to black because they can't draw realistic eyes? Or is it just because it's the creepy theme that they think everybody wants black eyes? That one's cute. Look at that. Cute. Adorable. Boarding. That one's cute. Yeah, it's a fun book. The Christmas one was fun also. I think Cider Mill Press might have published this, as I recall. Okay, well, Note to the artiste, stop doing black eyes. People don't want every single picture every character to have black eyes. It's annoying. Just leave the black shading off. I mean, there's not much. It's a cute book, though. Look, isn't that cute? I love the baby unicorns. Oh, I love the little dragon. That's so cute. I have more books coming with a coloring supply haul. I'll do that video maybe at the end of the weekend. Medusa. That reminds me of something. I'm not sure what. The Shining. Corpse Bride. Hocus Pocus. There's a lot of pictures in here. Probably 50, 60. Plenty of variety. This book was not expensive. It was probably $8.99. Lastly, I'm going to show you Alexandra Franzesi's Witch Chibis. She has another one that came out last year for Halloween called Spooky Witches, maybe, or Spooky Cute. There's like a ghost on front. I know there's a ghost on front because I saw it in my Halloween bin the other day, but I don't remember the name of it. Yeah, simple, cute, whimsical, easy characters, good for beginners, or lots and lots of blending. These are really great for practicing how to do backgrounds. So for doing pan pastels, distressed inks, gel crayons, watercolors. Yes, it's Amazon paper, so you want to do very, very light amount of water. I would stick with gelatos without the water, pan pastels. With the brush method, I have a video coming out on how to gelatos. That's really cute. But they are cute. I think they're adorable. You can leave the backgrounds white. You can just practice. Prismacolor pencils work great in the standard Amazon paper in her books. Black Widows will work really well on Sue Color, which are my other favorites, which are much, much cheaper than the other two. There's a 180 set, which I've done quite a few color alongs in those. It's cute though. Got to admit. Oh, look at that. Her stuff is just fun. It's easy, fun coloring where you don't have to think too much about your outcome and just, yeah. But yeah, you can do lots of fun stuff with the background. You can see what they look like when they're done. So that is it. Those are my 4 new books outside of my coloring haul, which I'll be doing in a few days. Thanks everybody for watching. Check the links below if you're interested in any of these books. And I will see you in another video.